All right. Welcome back.
I'm back again.
Yes, yes. What are we talking
And
about?
well, we're having well, I had a stupid joke that I was gonna open this with and be
Oh.
like, we're giving you double D's, aka double docs. This
Double
week.
docs.
Double documentaries, but I
Okay,
thought of
that's
that a
the
little while ago.
that's the title of this episode. We're giving you double D's. We're gonna get so many views. Okay.
Oh, no. It's documentaries, by the way, in case you can
We're
tell.
giving you the title is we're giving you double D's, aka double docs.
There you go.
There you go.
The clarification is needed, just or
Just
not,
in case. But
just in
no
case.
clarification would give us like a ton of views. So I'll
This
take
is
it
the
out.
process. Well,
This
hey.
process.
Maybe you could even put like the title could be that, and then like the little when you do like the description, you could put it there.
Yes. Yeah.
So technically, it's not still in the title.
That's true.
See, we work things out in real time here. You get to see the process of what's
Yes.
going on. Oh, but what documentaries? We're back on our documentary
Yes. I
bullshit now.
gotta
But
look
what did
up
we cover today?
um gotta look up what it's called. Do you have the full documentary title? Oh yeah. Superman,
Oh,
the Christopher Reeve story.
yes.
And then my mom Jane. As well.
Boy were
Oh,
these docs. I was not ready. I was not ready for
no, me neither. There was some
the
shocking.
emotional roller coaster.
Yes, I was shocked at the end of my mom Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I mean we have to get into both, but the Christopher Reeves ones was just like, well, both were sad, but like
Yeah.
it like broke my heart seeing Christopher Reeves like how he ended up. Um,
Mhm.
and the other doc's more like she's finding out who her mom is, and so it's like less sad for most of the doc. And then there's a few sprinkles of sadness. But the Christopher Reeves one, oof.
That was a lot. That was definitely the one
Yes.
that was more sad because honestly, I think the my mom Jane. Well,
Yeah.
maybe we should probably just give like synopses or whatever of
Yeah.
what the two documentaries are
Yeah.
because we did say the title, but
Yeah.
the
So,
Superman
yes.
documentary is obviously about the first actor that played Superman, Christopher Reeve, and his experience with he has an unfortunate like
Yeah.
horse riding accident, and
Yeah. So
it
I'll
it doesn't just
do.
focus on that. It leads up to like his career and how he became Superman and all of that,
Yeah.
and his family life, and then obviously they cover the accident and then how that affects his family life
Yeah. So
after.
it's, yeah. So Google, we'll do the Google stats. So 8 out of 10 on IMDb, which I feel like is too low. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
but 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I feel like
that's correct.
yeah,
That's
that's
accurate.
accurate. And it says actor. I can't speak today.
Actor for you said
Actor for
Christopher Reeve, actor.
actor. I can't
We're just gonna
speak.
combine those two words.
Christopher Reeve. He's an actor. Great, got it.
Yeah,
Rises to
got it.
stardom when he lands the role of Superman in the 1970s. When a horse
Mhm.
riding accident leaves him paralyzed in 95, he spends the rest of his life searching for a cure for spinal cord injuries. That's that took way too long for me to get out. I can't.
No, it's okay.
It's been a whole week.
I think everybody's name should be combined with their career somehow.
Oh God, I can't imagine how I would.
Could you imagine your name changes and you get a career? I
Oh
don't know.
my God, I can't even like. I don't even know how I would combine.
We're delirious here.
It's been
We
a
can't
week.
with our just a spoiler into the next episode. Our next episode is probably going to be covering our vacations, and boy, do we both need it. I
I
think you
this
especially. I feel.
this whole entire week, there's always something that happened, and like the today. Well. I can talk about this, but we don't. And I think I said this once before,
Yeah,
but like we don't actively do. I work in Batman. To clarify, we don't actively do euthanasias, and it's
yeah.
not like we only really do it for active clients. But this person happened to like come in for their like a mass consult, and when the doctor got in there, she basically was like, this is it. You know, like these are your options. And so they did end up deciding to euthanize. So that was my day at 11 o'clock in the morning. So I'm feeling it this week
Oh, for
for
sure.
sure. Yep. Mm. But how's your week? Better than
It's
mine?
I mean, generally, since I've gotten this newer job that I
That's
have, well,
true.
it's not new. I've had it since like the end
Yeah.
of December, but I've noticed that it's taken a lot of stress out of my
Which is
life
great.
changing to
Yes.
that. But I mean, it probably has something to do with the fact that I really don't have to talk to people as much, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I work from home like most days,
Yeah.
so that definitely is a factor.
Oh, yeah.
But knowing my, you know, that you know my story, you know my lore, but
Yes.
the what I've been through with my previous
Yeah.
position, this is way easier and way better. Breath
Yes.
of fresh air in
Uh
general.
huh.
But
Yeah.
yeah, this week I'm just on, you know how when you know that you're about to like go on a little trip or go on a vacation, you're just like waiting for
Yes.
like that's where I
Hmm.
am headspace wise.
I will be
And
in the same
I
boat
didn't
soon.
really,
Yes.
yeah, only a week behind me. So
Hmm.
that's why we were doing this episode now, because we were like, oh wait, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
on a trip this
Hmm.
weekend, and then you go on vacation, and then I go on vacation again with my fiance to North Carolina again. So it's
Oh,
like
wow. Lots of
constantly back
vacation.
and forth.
Yes.
Yeah, deserved though. In
Yes.
the hottest part of the summer, but it's okay.
Yes. And I'm getting my period. It
And
sucks.
we're like almost synced because like when I end mine, yours like starts.
Yes.
So I feel like it's like I hand the baton like off to you in the
It's
worst
an
way.
Olympic sport, and we're just like passing the baton.
God, please.
Oh God. So anyway, back to
Not to divert,
and well, we
which we
do that
often do.
often. So we did the Christopher Reeve documentary, and then
Yeah,
Google gave Rotten Tomatoes gave the My Mom Jane 100%, and
really. Oh,
yes,
okay.
and IMDb 8.5. Um, so like it says they give you a percentage of like Google users who like this movie, and the
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve one only 47% of Google users
Huh.
liked it,
Interesting.
and then My Mom Jane got 76%.
Both pretty low.
Yeah,
Honestly, compared to like the Rotten Tomato scores and like what people have
yeah,
been saying. I mean, both of them are receiving like acclaim, and I'm pretty sure I don't know about the Christopher Reeve. I don't know which is considered like, I think they were both, I think the Christopher Reeve one was released in theaters. I think it was released in theaters for like a limited amount of time, maybe like a week or
oh,
two, like a limited engagement. But the My Mom Jane, I think specifically premiered on like HBO. So
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I've heard that that can qualify for like Oscars. So
yeah,
I think maybe she'll get, because I mean it's Mariska Hargitay from, if people don't know that name,
yes,
she's Olivia Benson from Law and Order SVU is what she's most known for,
yeah,
and she made this whole documentary. I'm pretty sure.
oh
Well,
yeah,
she's the director, she produced it. I don't know if there's not really writing that goes on with something like this because it's a documentary, but like
yeah,
she has like a team working with her, but
yeah,
she directed it and
yeah, and it
everything.
says
So
the film examines the life of her late mother, Jane Mansfield, and
yeah,
the film had its world premiere in the Cannes Classic section of the 78th Cannes Film Festival on
awesome.
May 17, 2025, where it was nominated for something I can't pronounce.
It's probably like
It's a
their
French.
best, is it like a best feature or something like that? I know I know the name of the award. I can't pronounce it. Well, because the
It's
con or
like, is it?
Kane,
It's
it's
yeah,
like a
it's
French.
French.
It's gonna be a French. Yeah,
It's
it's a French
French, and
festival.
so it's like L apostrophe, and then like the O and the E are connected,
Yeah,
and then it's
yeah.
like I
I've
L.
definitely seen
Yeah.
that word. I have no idea how to pronounce it
So
either.
it's I'm gonna Google it later, but it's basically a documentary film award that is awarded to the best documentary presented in one of the sections of the film festival. Um,
Hmm.
so it was nominated for one of those awards. So
Yeah, and I think the even though it was released in theater, I don't know what they're doing as far as the Christopher Reeve Superman one was also up for awards. I want to
yeah,
say maybe like Emmys or something. I don't know, but they're
yeah,
both of these docs are getting critical acclaim,
yes,
rightfully so, because they're both
oh
very
yeah.
good, extremely well made.
hmm So you said you had some notes on the documentaries.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't know where you want to start. If we
Uh,
just want to like, do we just want to like dive into? You could even say like which one if you enjoyed one more than the
uh,
other.
I don't know.
I don't know. They were pretty even for me as
I would
far as
say they're
like how
even.
engaged I was and
Yeah. I what got me well in the Christopher Reeves one, seeing
yeah,
and I said this to I was texting you, but seeing Robin Williams
yeah,
got me so much.
yeah.
Oh,
I knew that he was a friend of him because
I didn't know that until I
that
saw that.
do you remember that clip of it's an amazing clip. I'm glad they included it in the documentary because it's one of the clips. I think it was one of I knew of this clip. I had saw this clip because my parents had watched the older Superman and they knew of him and everything. So I think the first time I ever saw him was that clip when they're getting him ready for some kind of award show. It might be the Oscars. I'm pretty sure it's the Oscars or the Emmys or something like that. And then he comes out. It's his first like public appearance that he makes
Yeah.
after having the accident. I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
And he like they send like they show he's able to go out. I mean, I most of his life they show after he has his accident, he has to have a lot of assisted care and everything. But for that moment in the Oscars, he's allowed to have that moment where he can just go out by himself. He's in his wheelchair, and then he gets that amazing like standing ovation from everybody in the audience.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was the Oscars, I want
I
to say,
think
but
so.
yeah. But because I think they do some type of tribute or they have him present some type of award. But that was the first time I had ever seen him in
Yeah.
anything, and I remember watching that live with I was very little, I know that. So I mean, if he had his accident in '95, that couldn't have happened more than like I don't know. That was a couple years after. Maybe
Yeah.
that award show appearance might have been maybe like '99 or like
Yeah.
2000, like 3 or 4 years after his accident. So then I remember watching that live, and then I had no idea who he was, and then years later I had watched Superman and found out who he was. But I remember watching that with my parents, and my mom was crying. She was like, "Oh my god!" 'Cause
Yeah.
my parents really loved him, and that was their most people. That was like in my parents' generation. That was like their first, like that
Real.
was the first like Superman.
Yeah.
I don't think Superman had a TV show like Batman did, but
I don't think
I
so.
think Chris Reeve might have been the first
Yeah.
like adaptation of Superman like on film.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh my god, the documentary is so well done. When I saw Robin Williams, I was just losing my
I
mind because
lost my mind.
I didn't know how close they were. They
I
were
know they were
very close
roommates,
friends.
and they were
Yeah,
roommates.
and they were.
Sorry, sorry. I said it out loud, and I was like, "Oh wait,
It's not bad because you know that Robin Williams would laugh at that joke, so
that's
it's fine.
true." Um, but yeah, they lived together for so long, which
Mhm.
did not know until I watched it. Didn't
Yeah.
even know they like really knew each other.
Yeah.
Um, and then, so it said, so according to Wikipedia, this is the plot. So it says, um, he had Reeve has a difficult childhood with his parents divorcing at a young age, and his family
Mhm.
tree being complicated due to his parents' several remarriages. And he has a particularly strange relationship with his father, Franklin. He's studying at the Juilliard School and becomes close friends with Robin Williams. And then Superman begins casting uh, for the movie, and despite offers from several celebrities, the director wanted to pick an unknown actor to play him. Um,
Yeah.
Reeve auditions and wins the role despite disapproval from his father and peers. When I was watching that, I was pissed off at his dad.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
I mean, it just, I can't.
His home
Not,
life. Well, I mean, later on when they go on to talk about when, his relationship, because he's married, not married. I don't even know if he's married for the first like serious relationship when he was with the woman that was like living in England or
yes.
something.
Gail, I think.
When
Yeah.
yeah, when their relationship, I don't know if they were married or not. I don't think they were. I think he just had like a
They,
couple
no,
kids
yeah,
with
they
her,
were
and
just
then
partners, I guess.
they were just partners,
Yeah, they
right? But
never really
then
married.
they bring up his parents a lot because they were like, "Oh, when that first relationship, it was well, it was long distance to be fair, so it was probably also like difficult to
Yeah.
begin with." But then they reference his parents like, "Oh, he really like didn't see like a model of like what a relationship is
Yeah.
like supposed to look like and everything." So that's why I don't know. That's
Yeah.
why they brought that up, and his dad just seemed like, oh my God,
An
an
asshole.
asshole.
I love how we
to
both
say,
say that at
to
the
say the
same
least.
time.
To say the least.
I
Oh
feel
my
like I
God.
see that all the time now too. Parents not approving of who their kids are and what they want to do with their lives. Um, Pisses me off. And then it says
Yeah.
during filming, he meets British model agent, and I don't know how to pronounce this, and I don't want to say
Mm.
gay because, well, it's GAE.
I think they did say it was gay because GAE. I don't know. You can't say like gah. Like I don't know.
God,
Gah.
I feel like,
Imagine he was like, actually, it's gay.
yeah, actually, it's Richard.
Okay. Just spelled really differently.
It's just, the G is silent and everything else. Um,
Jeez, silent.
but we're gonna go with gay because I feel like it has to be. I feel like it has to be pronounced that way. It says he meets British model agent Gay, whom he begins a whirlwind romance and becomes a massive success in 1978 with Superman and Superman 2 in 80. And it says, however, the recognition he receives for his portrayal of Superman hinders his career outside the franchise. And then he lived in London with her, and they have two kids together. And then it says he's unsatisfied with his career, only agreeing to star in Superman 3 and Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, out of obligation. He admits that his father was frequently absent and wouldn't commit due to his upbringing. Um, well, I feel like, I mean, you can break the generational curse, but I feel like back then it's a lot harder to do that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like he's seeing what his family life is like, and that's all he knows, and so he's just gonna continue
Hmm.
to do what his dad did, and like not um, be able to commit. Um,
Yeah,
and his mom remarried, right, multiple times, I think,
I think so. Yeah.
and then his dad remarried, but like his stepmom wasn't great. I think is what they mentioned,
Hmm.
and so him and Gay broke up in 1987,
Yeah.
and then it says
In the
five.
middle of the whole Superman.
Yes,
I mean, he had already been making them by now.
yeah,
Was he done by then? I don't remember. I know the
because the
last one
last
was like really bad.
Superman 4 came out in 1987. So like they separated
Okay.
at some point during that year. Um
Mm.
5 months after his breakup, he met Dana Morrison. The two began dating,
Hmm.
and Reeves eventually overcomes his hesitance about marriage and proposes to Dana. They married in April
Yeah.
1992, and then they had their son Will in June of the same year. Um, Wait, so she was pregnant before they got married? Because if he's saying June of the same year, so she got pregnant
Yeah. I
pretty
mean,
quickly. I didn't even think about that.
not super uncommon. And I mean,
No,
some people do like rush it along a
yeah,
few. Because I mean, you do have 9 months, so
yeah.
like. But
And then you have to imagine
how long are you gonna be gone? Just 9 months,
just
sorry.
9
I
months.
thought of nothing Cliff from Hairspray.
Yes. Yes. And, like, it took me I think I had to watch it a second time to really get it, 'cause I wasn't
Oh, I
thinking.
didn't get that at all when I first watched
Yeah.
it, and then I remember specifically my mom, like, chuckling, and I didn't get one,
Yeah.
like, when I
And then
was
watching it
little.
again, and it's like, just 9 months, and you're like, "Oh, yeah."
And then you're and it's messy as hell because you remember, like, all these kids are, like well, I mean, they're not really, but in the Hairspray, they're supposed to be, like, of high school age, so you're
Yeah.
like,
So she would have been, like, 16. Hopefully not hopefully, but, like, hopefully she's the older end of the high school kids, if that's gonna happen.
Yeah, but honestly, that's not uncommon because, um, in that time period, like, I mean, if you think about like, my aunt who, she had, like, her first kid when she was, like she by the time she was, like, 22, 23, she had, like, 3 kids.
Oh,
So it's, like,
wow.
not
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it wasn't uncommon for people because I mean, if we wanna get philosophical or feminist about it, it was, like, women weren't really having jobs as much, it was more like
Yeah.
you're the homemaker, you stay at home, you have kids, so, like, they were
Yeah.
having kids, like, super young
Think
because
about
that
the
was, like, all they were doing.
Yeah, think about the Duggars and the Bates family, and I mean,
Oh
that's more
gosh.
modern people, but, like, they still the kind of
Modern people, but if you're talking about the Duggars specifically, they have an older mentality of how they
yes.
live
But
still.
modern, I guess,
They're
in
not
terms of,
living
like, they're from this generation, I guess.
yeah,
But they still
yeah,
have
I
the
get what you mean.
mentality that they did. I don't know what religion they are, but I think it's part of their religion.
Isn't it, like, fundamentalist? Isn't that
I
what it's
think
called?
that's what their religion. Yeah.
Religious fundamentalist, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Um.
Christian fundamentalist, I wanna
Oh,
say.
yeah. Don't forget the Christian part of it. Um.
Yeah.
Could you off track? But, like, imagine. And I mean, they have their whole issues. They have too much to dive into. Although we could do a whole episode on the Duggars, but, like, imagine you grow up to believe that your job as a woman is to make kids, and that's pretty much it. Like, huh? Like,
I
she. I mean, I was watching a clip from some podcast that one of the Duggars was on, and
mhm.
they have 19 kids, but I think
19 kids and counting.
yes, 19 kids and counting, and I think she
Do they still
said
have the they don't have the show anymore, do they? I don't even
they
know.
don't have no.
No,
The
right,
show
since
got
everything with the
yes,
one,
mm, the
brother that's
yep,
in jail now.
yes. Um, the show's gone, and then they had Jill and Jessa had their own
Uh-huh.
show, but I think that also ended. Um, but in the podcast, she was like, "Oh, 19 kids," but technically their mom had like 20 something pregnancies. Like some of them obviously did not make it. Like,
Right.
oof, I could not.
I don't know how
How does one body
like
produce?
like, we're not you know how, like, when cats give birth, they give, like, multiple, like or dogs have litters, like, I
It's
don't
a,
humans
this is
aren't
a
meant to
litter of
do
like
that.
spay and neuter
Like,
yourself,
humans are
please.
I can't I mean, I know that people have done it for and people have had, like, big families and everything. I just after a while, your body's just gotta give
Yes.
up on you,
And it's
like,
one thing
I just
like
can't imagine
I know sometimes
oh my
when you do
god.
like
Like
IVF and stuff and you're not
yeah,
planning to
yeah.
have that many, but like all
Right.
embryos that you put in are successful and then you have like quads and you're like,
Yeah,
well,
because then it can go the opposite way because, another family of mine member of mine did IVF and she all of a sudden she had, like, quote, unquote, "Irish twins," like, she got pregnant, like, back to back because she was just so fertile after using IVF, but, like and I've heard it making you have, like, multiples
yes.
after you use it too,
Hmm.
but, like, 19 kids,
19 kids. All natural, right?
even
It's
even
not
even,
like
even not as many kids, but, like, another TLC show, John and Cable's Hate, even when she had
lots
all
of
those
mom.
kids in her belly at once no, but I'm thinking of
But Johnny Cape was 8.
the
Oof.
Oh my god, like, the whole thing of when she had the
Oh,
sextuplets and the way her belt I don't know how the human body is crazy.
and the fact that, like, I would be in a wheelchair my entire pregnancy if
She had to put I would be in a wheelchair. I might be in a wheelchair for just one. Like now I'm
That's
like, I
true.
don't know. Like
Yeah,
I'm 4'11". There's not much give here.
and,
You know what I
you
mean?
ever
So
see
like
those have you ever seen those clips or, like, pictures where it's like, "This is your body,"
mhm.
inside, like, how the inside of your body looks, and then when you have kids, like, your intestines are
Yeah.
smushed, and it's like, "Okay, I can see as the baby grows, my intestines are, like, squished together." It's like, that's one baby.
Yeah.
See?
Your whole body rearranges, like, I the concept, like, blows my mind. I'm gonna have to, like, when I just I'm gonna be so I mean, when the time comes, it's gonna be beautiful, but at the same time, it's gonna be intense, like, just thinking about, "Hey, my organs are just, like, rearranging inside
I
my
think I'm gonna,
body."
like, be that pregnant lady that's just panicking the entire time that my insides are rearranged.
Given
Even
the circumstances of the stress, though, I feel like that's pretty normal, but, like,
yeah,
even if you think about, like, I've heard of, I have a current coworker now who's had, 2, um pregnancies, and she was just recently pregnant, and her deliveries were C-section. The second one was planned, so it was a little bit more chill.
yeah.
But when she explained the whole process of like, yeah, they cut it open,
Oh,
and
it's
then they have
7
to take
layers.
they
Yep.
have to take your organs out and put them on a table. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, and apparently
They
they
have
have
to
to cut
take your
through
organs out
yeah, and they have to cut through 7 layers to
of
get
skin, yeah,
skin
yeah.
and
Because
to
think
take
about
your
when you get like a cut, or when you get like a cut on like your skin, or like if somebody gets like a burn, that'll only go through like, even if somebody has like a third-degree burn, that only goes through like I think 3 or 4 layers
yeah,
of skin. So you
uh-huh,
have to get through like seven to get in there,
yeah.
and then they just put your organs on a table.
But then it
I'm like,
also
the way she said it so casually, she's like, yeah, they just put your organs on the table. I'm like, oh, okay, great,
but then you also have to think on the
sounds
other end
great.
of the spectrum, like, just the fact that we can produce babies and
I
push
know.
or C-section, but, like, push a baby out of our under area or C-section, and, like, we produce that.
I really thought you were gonna say undercarriage right then.
I was about to, and I was
You're
like, "Oh," and then I just was like, "No, no." Um,
I love bridesmaids.
I love
It's my
bridesmaids.
undercarriage. It's my
Do
undercarriage.
you do you see that steam? It's from my indoor carriage. And but I love sidetrack to sidetrack, but, like, her husband's in every movie that she's in, and so it's her
Yeah,
husband. It's so great.
that's hilarious.
But the fact that our bodies can do that,
It's crazy.
that's crazy. I don't know how we got to this topic. We were talking about the Christopher Reeves documentary, so not really sure.
We weren't even talking about the Jane Mansfield. We weren't even talking about motherhood. Well, we could pivot to Jane Mansfield for a little bit now that we're talking about
Well,
motherhood,
I guess
if you
no, we'll stick to Christopher Reeves, so we're not like
okay.
too bad. So oh, I know why, because we were talking about how he married Dana, and
Mhm.
their son Will was born in June of the same year, but they got married in April. So like they would have been pregnant. She would have been pregnant prior to the marriage. Anyway,
So maybe they were planning it anyway, and then
yeah.
they were just like, "Oh, surprise!"
So he was born in June of 1992, and in May
Uh-huh.
of 95 is when he had his accident.
Ugh,
So his son was
God.
not, how old would that make his son? 3?
He was very young. He was very young.
2,
Because when
2,
they
almost
shown
3?
Yeah, because they show later on, they show the son Will, who when they showed him, I was like, "Oh my god," you can look at him and just be like, you know exactly
Mhm.
who his dad is. Like, you don't even need to know,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he looks exactly like, well, I would think your son looks like him, but,
Yeah.
you can just look at somebody and you could just tell, like, if it's a famous person, like, "Oh, it's definitely so and so's kid." Like,
Oh,
he
yeah.
definitely
Mhm.
embodies him.
Like Blue
He doesn't look like
Ivy?
his mom. He doesn't look like his mom at all.
No,
I don't
Blue
think so.
Ivy, look, spitting image of Jay-Z. You're like, "Well,
Yeah, I know. And
uh,
she's kind of her face is kind of blending a little bit more, and she's kind
yeah."
of looking a little bit more like Beyonce now,
What
but
yeah, in her younger days, like, you look at her and you just see Jay-Z. She looks so good. Um,
well,
but imagine, like, you're 2 years old, so you don't really have, like, you don't remember anything. at
I
that
was about to
age.
say you don't really form well, at least the first memory I remember having is when I'm like 4. So
Yeah,
like 3 or 4 I think is like I
yeah,
think age 4 or 5 is when you start to
yeah,
form
yeah.
memories.
So you imagine like you're 2, almost 3 years old, and your dad suffers like this spinal cord injury.
Yeah,
So he's paralyzed from the neck down. Um,
crazy.
in a coma, like can't speak, and then he like
Mhm.
slowly kind of starts coming back to it. But your life is not the same. And then he has 2 other kids from his first relationship. So like that's hard enough. Dana's their stepmom, so like she's has to do like triple the amount of work now. She has to take care of him, a 3-year old, and also help take care of 2 stepkids.
Yeah, because then after he had his accident, then the kids from his first marriage and his ex-wife, they came back into their life.
Yeah,
Well, because it was so dire. I mean, at first they didn't know how long he was gonna like
yeah.
survive. Like they
Oh
didn't
yeah,
even know if he was gonna survive at first.
yeah.
But
And it's
I
always
remember them saying like that his second wife was really pivotal in how she like kept the like family together, like how they
yeah,
bonded like after he had his accident, and they were like, um, the first wife I remember she said something that was really nice. She's like, we have such a good rapport, like we're even closer now than I think we were when we were like together, like
yeah,
as partners.
yeah,
So it's unfortunate that the accident happened, but at least they were able to have that familiar bond,
yeah.
and he was able to connect with his kids, all of
Uh,
his kids.
yeah. And
And then doesn't the second wife have kids from her previous marriage?
I
I think
maybe she
because there's
might.
kids that are involved with it that don't look like him. So I think she has like she was married first, and I think
No,
she
it says
had
she only has
like,
1 kid.
one kid, and it's just Will. So who am I thinking of? Am I thinking of does the
Probably.
British lady have
Yeah, she
kids that
has
aren't his?
2 with him, so he has three
Okay,
kids.
okay, got it.
Um, and then this part got me. Um, so it says obviously like nurses around the clock.
Mhm,
Um, so when he goes to it's the Academy Awards that he was at. So the 68th Academy Awards. This is the first time
mhm,
that he's like out in public since then, in like that kind of setting. And
yeah.
Robin Williams purchased like a large van so that Reeves can travel to like Los Angeles to make it to the Academy Awards.
Mhm,
Like that got me so much.
I know.
Like you can just
I know.
tell.
He was so pivotal, and he was like saying like I can't like physically help with things. He's like, but I'll be like the spark that gets him out of bed, and I'll do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he was so pivotal
Oh yeah.
in giving him back his joy
Yeah.
and like making him confident. So I was just like, it's been so emotional.
And
Because then later on, I think it was because there's random cameos that show up later on in the
mhm.
documentary, and then I want to say it was Glenn Close that just randomly like shows up like
Yeah, and
later on,
Whoopi
and then she's like,
Goldberg.
I believe, yeah. And then I remember Glenn Close was like, if I believe, there's a part of me that believes that if Chris was still here, because his when he like later on he does pass like it's kind of like fast, like what happens, like he gets like an
Yeah.
infection and then it just like
Yeah.
takes him out, which I guess in his condition he's immunocompromised with everything he's got going
Oh
on and
yeah.
his spinal injury, so that it's he's immunocompromised, so infection just takes him out. But the line that got me was when she was like, the part of me believes that Robin might still be here if Chris was still alive, and I was like, oh my
And
gosh.
yes. And like they showed the clip of Robin being interviewed and he's like like I went into the hospital. Like wasn't he dressed as like a like he surprised him at the hospital and he was dressed as like a nurse or like a doctor
I think so. Yeah,
and like
yeah.
surprised him
And
at the hospital.
that was early on before
Yep.
they even got like because I mean he spent so much time in the hospital, and then they had to finally like change like how he was going to be like at the house and give him a wheelchair and have
Yeah.
to do all the setup. But yeah, he did surprise him at the hospital, and I was like, oh my gosh.
And then he was like, and I could see that like he had a little smile on his face. Like he couldn't do much, but like he knew that, and I was like, And then, so it says, um, I forget where it is. Um, oh yeah, so in 2004, um, that's when he passed away.
Yeah,
Um, and then it says, um, on October 9th, 2004, mere hours after Will's hockey game, he falls into a coma and is hospitalized, and he ends up dying at the age of 52.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, because he gets an infection,
yeah,
and they mentioned that he'd been fighting the infection for a little bit, and then
yeah,
he just plummeted and just went into a coma,
yeah.
and then
It
that was it.
says he always suffered from occasional bouts of asthma and allergies and various sports injuries. And then he had a rare condition called masto mastocytosis. It's a
Mm,
mast cell disease. Um, and then more than once he had a severe reaction to a drug. So he tried a drug which was theorized to help reduce damage to the spinal cord and cause him to go into shock and his heart stopped. And then he survived that during that time.
yeah,
And then he was being in 2004 was being treated for an infected pressure ulcer, um, which is localized damage to the skin and or underlying tissue that usually occurs over a bony part of the body, and it was causing sepsis, a complication he had experienced many times before. Um, he on October 9th he went to his son's hockey game, then went into cardiac arrest after receiving the antibiotic for the infection and fell into a coma. And then 18 hours later, he died at the age of 52. Um,
they're so young.
I know. And it says no autopsy was performed, but Reese's wife and his doctor believe that it was an adverse reaction to the drug that caused his death. Oof. And
I
then,
the thing that got me was I couldn't believe. I don't know. I think I maybe this is another thing. The part when Will was talking, but they were like they were breaking down like the specific, or I think it's like the older son, the one of the sons from his first marriage. They say something about like, oh, if he would have fell, like they talk about the specifics of how
yes.
he landed when
Mm-hmm.
he fell off the horse. He was like, if it was one more inch to the right, he dies instantly and breaks his neck. If it's an inch to the left from where he was hit it, it's a freak accident and he walks away with nothing.
Yep.
So I'm just like, that's just crazy how you
Yes.
like talking about how it's both sides of the spectrum, how amazing we were just talking about how the human body can be when with produced like birth and everything. It's amazing how fragile we also are
Yes.
in ways. Because it's like how like so specific of a difference. I mean, that could have been even more tragic. God forbid he would have broke his neck, and that would have been it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know which would have been more tragic, him suffering all these years or just that freak accident. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And then, which also just makes it really sad, um,
Hmm.
10 months after her husband's death, Dana was
Oh God,
diagnosed with lung cancer. She never smoked. So they said she's probably just like a secondhand smoke thing. Um,
which is wild.
it's called non,
She must have had a parent or somebody very close to her
yeah,
that smoked,
'cause
is my guess.
yeah. And it says non small cell lung cancer, which is primarily seen in patients without contributing factors such as asbestos exposure or smoking. Um, so she stated that the tumor responded to therapy and was shrinking. And then in March of 2006, she passed away 16 months after her husband's death. Um, And this is what gets me too. It says on the night she died, instead of having a live performer sing the national anthem at Madison Square Garden prior to the Rangers game, a recording of Reeve singing was played. She arranged for her 13-year-old son Will to live with their next door neighbors so he could finish school instead of being forced to move with relatives elsewhere. So like he was an orphan at 13.
Yeah,
Like
that's so. I feel
I
so
mean,
bad.
obviously he still has his other siblings, but like,
Right, but
what are
for
they
all that
gonna
to
do?
happen, but it's so close together too, and it's
Yeah,
like she's not like the circumstances are crazy. Like I don't know if there's like I don't know how I am with faith right now in my life at
yeah,
the moment, but it's like it's almost like he like needed her up there with him. Like it's so sad.
yes,
Like I
oh
don't. It's
yes,
not. It's
yeah,
I don't know. Like when did I mean I thought about this too when it makes me think of when Carrie Fisher died, and then, like,
yep.
her mom, Debbie Reynolds,
Oh,
died, like,
oh,
not long after. Like,
yes,
I think it was, like, a month or
yep. It
something
was not
after, and then
long after.
yeah, and, they hey, that's another documentary that maybe we could cover. There's, like, a documentary about them, like,
Oh
it's
yes,
specifically about, like, Carrie Fisher and Debbie, their relationship, especially when it's later on in Carrie's life where they literally live across the street from each other or next to each other or something. It's, like it's a good another one.
yes,
But, yeah, it's just like how they were like, "Oh, they weren't meant to, like, not be on
yes,
like, one can't live without the other,"
yeah.
basically. And I was like, "Oh
Ugh,
my god." I can't I shouted at the screen when they said and she received a, because I thought it was just I had no idea that his wife also passed away, so
me
I
neither.
didn't know any
Yep.
of that. So I thought it was just gonna be talking about him, and then they were like, "And then she has lung cancer." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh,
Like, I yelled at the screen.
yes,
It's
yes,
like, "Fuck. Come on."
yep.
And
And
poor
then like
Will.
I always, yeah, and then you have to think like he's growing up with like a dad that can't really do much.
Yeah,
And then like imagine what Christopher feels like. I can't be the father that I want to for my kids.
right.
Like this is my life. And then
And
like
he was
he,
so like they show him before like having that he was such like an athletic person. Like I
oh
mean part
yeah,
of it was the horseback riding. I mean, he learned to do that for I think it was used for a role and then he still did
yeah,
it even though he had like an allergy to like horses.
yeah,
He still like he took like hormone injections or something to like make or allergy injections to make it
yeah.
that he could
Cause
tolerate being
he,
on a horse. Like he
yeah,
just
cause he
wanted
said
he just
that,
had the dedication.
yeah, he wanted it to seem real. Like he didn't want someone else's to like be in those scenes when he
Yeah.
filmed that
Yeah,
movie.
and
So
I
like
mean,
he took,
given I mean, it's not like making the movie now, so, like, back then, if they would've done the effect, you would've been able to tell that it was definitely not him
oh
if
yeah,
he and he
yeah,
probably knew that, so he was like, "I wanna do this for
yeah.
real." Oh, man.
That it was so good, but it got me a lot,
Oh, yeah.
especially
I
like
do have a fun fact, I do have
oh
a fun fact.
yes,
I don't know the role because I haven't seen the movie, so maybe we can come back to this after we've seen the movie, but, and it's not spoiled online, thank God, which is good, but apparently his son Will has some type of cameo or like part in the new Superman movie, which I think is
oh
so good.
like the most
Which I
recent one.
yeah, yeah, the one that just came
Oh,
out
nice. I still got to see that.
featuring the theater kid that has done theater with your cousin, which I can't
Oh
believe.
yeah, yep.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
But yeah, apparently Will is in the new Superman movie, which I'm like, good on James Gunn for like getting him to come
Yes,
in. Like that must
and
have been tough too, but that's so
well,
cute
you
in
know
my
what
opinion.
I saw a post on? Um, so they made a Happy Gilmore 2 recently, or like it recently
Oh
came
god.
out.
I've heard
Um,
so much about this,
and
like,
like I
just
haven't
random
seen. Well,
spoilers.
the first one I liked. I thought was funny.
I've
It,
never seen it. I need to
it's
see it.
pretty.
I've
It's
never
pretty good.
watched it.
The second one I have not seen. Heard it's not. Um, like it's inappropriate. So the first one wasn't too like the first one you could like kids could probably watch it and be
Yeah,
all
but I
right,
mean,
but
it's like,
like
what
I
do you
heard this.
expect from, like, an Adam Sandler
Yes,
movie? Like
so you gotta unless it's you're watching like Click or something. mm,
yeah.
Um, probably not around kids, but in this second one, apparently there's um he puts like I guess some guys watching TV somewhere, and they show like a clip of Cameron Boyce in the clip.
Yeah, I
Yep.
did see that.
Yes, and
It's a
that
clip
counts.
of,
Yes.
I know, it's a clip of him in, Grown Ups, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
Which is cute because Grown Ups is where he played Adam Sandler's son.
Yep.
Ugh, gone.
And it gets me too because it's been 10 years since the first Descendants film. Um
Oh, wow. 10
so
years.
I
Oh, yeah,
think
2015.
I know.
Huh.
And Sophia Carson I think posted um like made a post about it being uh 10 years, and like one of the pictures or some of the pictures of her and Cameron, and I'm like,
So sad.
yeah,
R.I.P. Cameron.
it says to my Cam, I will forever thank the heavens above for the gift of you, my little brother, our sunshine boy. Your light shines to infinity and beyond. I'm like, oh my god.
Ugh,
Like I can't
R.I.P. Cameron.
so young. Um
Well, hey, you know what Cameron and Christopher Reeve do have in common? They both have, organizations that were made after they passed away.
yes, and you can donate to both.
Yeah.
Um
So we'll have to find links and maybe put
yes,
those in there, but
yes.
that's really special that they can have their legacy
Yeah.
carried on.
Mhm.
'Cause, the Chris Reeve Foundation, I believe, is, like, helping with, research for
Yes.
disability and, like,
Mhm.
wheelchair-bound, like, paralyzed injuries
Yep.
specifically, I wanna say.
Yes.
And then the Cameron Boyce Foundation is research for epilepsy, right? That's what
Mhm.
he
Yeah, cuz
okay.
he passed away from having a seizure in his sleep. Um
So sad.
so sad. And his
R.I.P.
uh
Cameron.
yes.
I think Adam Sandler makes, like, significant I know they always have, like, a little, like, banquet or, like,
Oh
they
yeah.
have their little thing. I always see it because I still follow the people from Descendants. They
Yep.
have the event each year with the Cameron Boyce Foundation, and
Yeah.
Adam Sandler's really involved in that too,
Yeah. And
which
so
I'm
is
like, "Oh, that's so sweet."
and Kenny Ortega, cuz he directed all the first
Oh,
3.
yeah.
I don't know if he directed the latest one, but he directed the first 3. So he's always goes and like makes post about it. Uh,
Kenny Ortega, king.
King. I mean, he directed all 3 High School Musicals. So
Yes.
uh, yeah,
And, I
we
mean, he's been a choreographer since the '80s. I mean, he choreographed, Dirty Dancing, which I
did he?
recently found out.
What?
Yes.
Wait, and I
Yes.
think Cheetah Girls, right or no?
Yeah, and I think he had something to do with Hocus Pocus? Is he the director of Hocus Pocus? I wanna look it up. Hold on. Let me not speak incorrectly. Yeah, yeah, Hocus Pocus, directed by Kenny Ortega. So that man has
Wow.
had quite a career for
He,
himself.
wow, that's
King, I know.
oh maybe he
Director
didn't
and
do.
choreographer.
I wonder. Oh no, I wonder what he did. Maybe he didn't do something with Cheetah Girls, but I thought he did.
He might have been the choreographer because
Oh no, he
he
directed the
didn't,
second one.
there
The
you go.
first one was not directed by him, but he did.
Hey, the
And
second
there's
one
no
was
third
really good.
one. So
Exactly, exactly. I was
well,
gonna be so I
well
was gonna say
maybe because he didn't direct the third one, so maybe that's why.
hey, I mean, I completely forgot that there was a live action Rocky Horror. Oh, jeez.
A live action.
Not live action, but, you know how when they do, like, those live musicals on TV?
Oh, there's one up for that.
For Rocky Horror, yeah, and I
Oh
completely
no.
forgot about it.
Wait, no,
Oh,
no, no.
oh,
Wait,
oh, oh, the
wait,
cast, I'm looking at it, I'm like
wait.
some of these make sense, others I'm like, well, I'm
Oh,
just,
is it the 2015
now
live show?
well, now I s yeah, well, 2016, it says it's called The Rocky Horror Picture Show, Let's Do the Time Warp Again. And I
Wait,
remember watching this live, and I think I dissociated because it was bad. It's just a shame, but it was.
wait.
Yeah, I didn't even remember that Victoria Justice was in it, she played Janet. I didn't
Oh,
even remember that
Laverne
at
Cox.
all. Well, now,
Well,
now I think about Laverne Cox, I'm like,
yeah,
well,
yeah, we're good. Oh, Adam Lambert. That's probably.
Oh yeah, Adam Lambert was the guy. Well, in the movie, he did the role that Meatloaf had in the movie, like the singer Meatloaf.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Eddie. Yeah, the guy that comes in the
Christina
mic. Yeah,
Milian. Wow.
yeah. Such a random cast. I don't know why I didn't remember that this was a thing. And they
Tim
bring
Curry was, oh, he came back as
they
the
bring him back
narrator.
just as the
Yeah.
narrator, or it's also called the criminologist as their
Yes.
actual role. But yeah, yeah. I don't know what happens. Those live musicals become on TV or cursed because
Wait, Ryan McCartan.
most of
So,
them end up being.
so Ryan McCartan plays Brad. In the
Who's
the
that?
live version, he dated Dove Cameron, and
Oh, was he the guy that was in? Yeah, he was in Liv and Maddie.
he was in Live and
Right.
Maddie, and they dated for a while. Um, wow.
Interesting. We could do a whole separate episode on the live TV musicals because I
Let's
don't know
do.
why,
I
but
don't. I have. I
most of
watched.
them end up being bad.
I well.
I don't know what it is.
I saw when they did Sound of Music.
It was fine.
It
That
was
was
fun.
fine. It wasn't great, but
Hairspray
nothing
didn't
will.
like. Oh no,
I
Hairspray
will
I didn't
say.
mind.
N
It's
No, no, no,
Grease I
I
didn't
will
like.
say, you know, the one part of Hairspray that I liked was Ariana Grande's Penny when she thinks that she can start talking. It was giving like how she ended up being in Wicked as Glinda, but when she starts talking to the TV thinking that Tracy can hear her through the TV, I was
Oh
losing my
yes.
mind. She's like,
Yep.
Tracy, if you can hear, like she was kind of doing Cat from
Yes.
Sam and Cat or Victorious again, but it was funny. She's like, Tracy, if you can hear me.
Yes. Well, now I'm gonna go back and see how many of these I can watch, and just we can make a whole
I was about
episode.
to say that I think some of them are on. I know there was Grease was another one
I did
that
not like
didn't do
Grease.
good.
Vanessa
There's
Hudgens
also
fine, but
Vanessa Hudgens was in two of them. She was in that, and then she did Rent was another one that they did live.
oh, was that
I don't know
okay?
why, but a lot of time it was fine. It was fine.
Why did
That's all.
Kenny
It
Ortega?
wasn't.
Kenny Ortega directed the Rocky Horror Live one. Hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know why. I don't know. It's just like I think
Oh,
people have
I
said
can't
that like
watch this one.
it's
It's on Prime.
yeah, a lot of them you can't watch because they were live. I mean, if you search from YouTube, you might somebody probably put
That's
them
true.
on YouTube, or like you might even be able to see like a bunch of clips through like TikTok. But
Yeah.
I remember people saying like, "Oh, this the reason why these don't really translate is because you're taking people that don't really do live performances. Like these are actors that
Yes.
are used to like doing takes and like
Yeah.
cutting and like you know what I mean, like not constantly. They're not a lot of them are. I don't know why they do it, but they don't cast people like actors that have done
No.
Broadway
And
or
so
anything,
like
so
the Grease.
they're not used to,
Yes.
so it doesn't translate when they're just all of a sudden like doing this production live when they
Yeah, and
don't,
so like the
they're
live
not Broadway
Grease,
actors. Like,
Grease live.
yeah.
Obviously, Vanessa Hudgens does Rizzo. Fine. Danny is Aaron Tveit. I don't know, probably pronouncing that wrong.
He has done live stuff.
Has he?
He is a Broadway actor.
Oh,
So
he's Les
maybe that's
Mis.
why
Okay, makes sense. I
he's
was like,
also been in like other things. I'm pretty sure he's been in maybe Dear Evan Hansen or something. Like he was in the Les Mis like movie, but I'm pretty
yeah,
he's known for I think he was in like Spring Awakenings and stuff like that. Like he's a
yeah,
Broadway actor. So that's why people were like, oh, okay, well then that part will be
yeah.
good because he's
And then you have Julianne Hough as Sandy. Uh, she's a dancer. I don't
I
think she
don't know,
has.
yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but she never. At least I've never seen her have like a musical background besides like
Yeah,
dancing.
I don't know where that came
And then do
from.
you remember who played Frenchie?
Isn't Kiki Palmer in there somewhere?
She is. She's Kiki Palmer's in it, but Carly Rae Jepsen's Frenchie. What a random. But
Jordan Fisher. Okay, that makes sense.
Jordan
He's
Fisher makes
Broadway
sense.
trained.
Um, Mario
Mario
Lopez.
Lopez?
Like, what is with like some of these?
Why does it have a Rotten Tomatoes score if it was a live TV special?
I don't. But Rotten Tomatoes says 92%. So apparently it's
I No, from what I remember, I don't know.
Jessie
Grease
J's
isn't one of my
apparently in there
favorites.
somewhere.
What?
I
Like the
don't.
singer? Like it's not about the money, like
Yeah.
Jessie J.
Well, like she came, her picture came up. Oh, she's just singing. She's just singing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking we could do a separate, like we could maybe
We
find as
should.
many
Yeah.
clips as we can and just do like a separate episode on this.
Yes. Um.
Wait, hold on. One thing. We're gonna get to the Jane Mansfield doc right after this. But knowing now, I didn't know this at the time because when I saw the Rent live, I hadn't watched Drag Race. But now that I'm looking, guess who played in the Rent live like TV special?
Well,
Valentina from Drag Race
which
was in
who
it.
did she play? Wait, who did she play?
Angel.
Is that?
Angel, the person who, well, it makes sense because Angel is like, I don't know if the character of Angel is supposed to be trans or just like a drag queen, but she's in drag, like it's a man dressed like they're in drag, that character,
Oh.
so that makes sense. Yeah.
And then what's her face? Adina Menzel was in Rent, the movie.
So is Taye Diggs, which is wild thinking, well, that's where they initially met and then they divorced. So that's, yeah, the cast is like brought back from like the original because now I'm looking. Because you also have some people that were in other people that were in the movie.
Ah,
I don't know. I gotta watch this again because
I
this
gotta.
is what.
I yeah. I feel like I gotta see if I can find that somewhere.
Yeah, Jordan Fisher's also in this one.
That makes a lot of sense.
Tinashe's in that for some reason. I don't remember that. Like the singer Tinashe. And the singer, remember the singer Mario? He's in it for some
Really?
reason. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
I would love it
So
if
that's
you
what I
made
mean.
music
It's like
videos.
Rent is a lot like
Rent's a lot.
heavy subject
Yeah.
wise. I don't know if
Oh
you
yeah.
know the whole thing. Oh my God, it's a lot. But
It's a lot.
I don't know
It's
why they
so
were like,
good,
"Hey, let's
but
put this as a live event on TV." Oh, it's very good, but I don't know why they were like, "Let's
yep.
put this as a live event on TV."
Yeah. Out of all the things, like that's, I feel
I need
like
to watch it back. I need to watch it back now though because I watched this live and I didn't know who Valentina was at the time. So that's
yeah,
kind of, I wonder how she got. That's so random. Like Valentina didn't do like Broadway, at least to my knowledge. I don't think she's done like Broadway. So
yeah,
that's, I really wonder like how she got cast.
yeah.
That's so bizarre.
That no, okay. Yeah, I definitely have to watch that now.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, back to
Or how do
James.
we? I'm
Well,
so sorry. I'm so sorry. Were you about to say James Mansfield?
yes, I was on
Oh,
accident.
no.
Um,
Now you get why. Well, now you get after watching this documentary. Now you get why James Mansfield has the voice that she has.
but is that
Because
his real
Jane
voice,
Mans.
or do you think he just does that?
No. But did you see the part in the
Yes.
documentary where Jane
Yeah.
Mansfield like herself like also puts on the voice?
Yes.
I think that's why they do that. They don't talk like that. I'm pretty sure. Um,
Uh, uh,
James Mansfield, like the
oh,
drag queen, doesn't talk like that. They're
oh,
putting it
I
on
hope not,
because James. No, no,
because
they're
I,
putting it on because of the James
yeah,
Mansfield persona,
yeah,
which is brought up in this documentary about how a lot of people
hmm
didn't like what she was doing with that voice anyway. But
yeah, and I
there's like a whole thing about it.
so I love in the brief description of
Yeah,
Wikipedia, it says this movie. It received a limited theatrical release on June 20th, 2025, and was released on HBO and Max on June 27th. They're the same thing.
they merged back, don't they
They
know?
so
They
it's
merged back. Now it's HBO
HBO
Max
Max,
again.
but even if it's
Because now, yeah, the app changed and everything. Because I
yep,
went to go search for the app on my phone and I searched Max and it wasn't there. And then it was like HBO Max. I was like, oh, they went back again.
yeah, it's like Mike and
I
Ike's
don't know why
like the
they.
fake Mike and Ike beef
Oh
just
yeah,
for the views,
yeah. I
but
don't know. They've changed their layout. I remember when it was nice. Like I used to go onto the app and it was like all nice and like purple and it was
yes,
cute and was
oh
unique.
yeah,
But now it just looks like dumb and gray like every other
yeah,
streaming
yep,
service. Like every streaming service's backdrop is just like this like depressing like shade of blue, and I'm just like, why are they all looking like this?
yes.
It's stupid.
Um, so
Stupid.
she, uh, a lot mean is ever there and ever
Stupid.
present,
Or
or
is
is
it
it
slow?
slow?
The people at HBO Max fighting with each other about the
Yes.
changing the name. Maybe it's useless.
Useless. It cracks
Oh
me up.
man.
So yeah, her Mariska Hargitay didn't know her mom was Jayne at all
Yeah.
until this documentary came out.
Yeah.
Um, but it says this movie is a labor of love and longing. It's a search for the mother I never knew, an integration of a part of myself I've never owned, and a reclaiming of my mother's story and my own truth.
Yeah.
Damn.
Which is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The ending like monologue gets me.
Yes. And
And that's why this one was a little bit less I mean, it does have its emotional moments, but
yes.
she's so like there's part of her. I mean, because you see how little that she was when mom died. So
Yeah.
it's all about her like reclaiming like her relationship like with her mom, and like
Yeah.
because she says like, oh, I spent so many years like being ashamed of her and certain things, and
Yeah.
which we'll get into because
Oh
oh my
yeah.
god, I did not see that coming at all.
Yes. So like she was 3 when her mom died. So her mom was in a car accident and with all 3 kids in the car.
Yeah.
And all
And
3
it's amazing that none of them,
yeah.
like they didn't sustain any. I mean, they had some injury. I know Mariska had a head injury,
Mhm.
they said, right?
Yes.
But they were like, the way that you were found, it was amazing that that was all.
Yes.
Because the car, they showed like the
Oh.
image afterwards of the
Oh
car, and
yeah.
the car
It's
is like
total. Yeah.
destroyed. The car is
And
destroyed. I
I
mean, not to
found
be too graphic, but Jane, thank God she didn't suffer. She died instantly because of the way. I mean,
yeah.
I think I told you this before, but she was decapitated, so she died like instantly.
Yeah.
And that's when one of the kids was like, I heard her scream, and then it was silent, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh god,
Yep. Um but they stated like when they had the car accident and they took the other 2 kids to the hospital cuz they couldn't see that there was a third kid in the car.
yeah,
And
because she
then
was so
she
little.
was so little, she was only 3, so she was underneath like the front seat.
Yeah,
And then one of her brothers, I forget which one, but one of her brothers, like when
she
he
got multiple siblings,
multiple siblings,
right?
but
Yeah, 'cause- oh man,
her one of her brothers that was also in the car accident, like when he
yeah,
finally was like coming about and could figure like where he was, the
hmm,
first thing he said was like, "Where's Maria?"
yeah,
And they were like, "Who's Maria?" And then he's like, "My sister." Like, where is she?
yeah,
And that kind of made them realize, like, oh shit, like there's someone else in that car.
yeah, yeah. So they had to go back and check. Oh my
They
god.
went back and found her under the front seat, and then, um, yeah, they only said she had like a head injury, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like she was
She was
very lucky.
probably just I imagine she's probably just passed out or whatever
Yeah,
type. I mean, they didn't specify, and it doesn't seem like she has any type of, like, lingering like,
yeah,
nothing lingered in her health from that, so, I mean, she
yeah,
probably just I mean, if she fell into the seat, I mean, I imagine it would just be some type of impact to
yeah,
the front of her head. Thank God it wasn't bad. I mean, maybe she was little, it helped that she was I don't know. I just the
yeah,
circumstance in which they found her in the accident befuddled me because I was like, she's under the car, but the front of the car looked so destroyed. So I was like, she must
yeah,
have been in some pocket of the car that somehow didn't get
yeah,
damaged. Or like maybe the fact that she was under the seat like helped.
yes.
I don't know. But it's crazy.
And like it must be really maybe not so much now because she did the documentary, but I always think like
Yeah.
imagine growing up and your mom's like a huge like sex symbol, like
Yeah. Yeah.
that. How awkward.
Yeah, but it must be. It must be. But I mean, she was trying to do. I mean, multiple times. I mean, she does. They 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 profiled James. I will keep saying James.
I
My God,
know, I know.
Jane's career. I keep.
Uh
God
huh.
damn you, James Mansfield. But they randomly
Yeah.
finds this. Like, why am I catching strays? But
The whole thing.
they profiled Jayne, Jayne's career, and she did try to like step out of the box, but like the way that Hollywood was, they just kind of just keep putting her like into the
Yeah.
same roles. So she just kind of eventually just accepted it and was like, oh, I guess I'm like a Marilyn Monroe type of whatever, and just kind
Yes.
of like leaned into it at the end, but like they do show a whole part of her career where she was trying to like oh my god, the one interview with this one guy was making me so mad where she was
Oh,
like
yes,
trying to
yes.
she was playing like
The violin.
she played like multiple like yeah, she was
Yeah.
very cultured, had a lot of talent. She had she could play like the violin, the piano, like she wasn't just like an actress or model, you know what I mean, which is fine, but like at the time like for the time period like she was very like multifaceted in her career, you know, or
Yeah.
like she was trying to be. But it made me so mad because she does this one bit where she's playing a violin for like an interviewer, and then the guy's like, "Oh, who cares? Just kiss me." I'm like, "Fuck off!" Like that made me
What?
so
Fuck
mad when
off.
I was
Yeah.
watching it.
And like he kept
So
cutting her
mad.
off every time she was speaking.
Yeah,
And she was just trying
yeah,
to she was trying to at that point she was kind of over it and she was just trying to say like I could do all these things and like the violin. He's like you can play the violin.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
no,
and
why
that's
am I
just
just standing on stage with a violin in my hand?
yeah, but it was that time period, like, you gotta, like there's certain, like, badasses that
Misogynistic.
go around it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, please, yeah, but that's why, like, so many women that were badass back then remember how funny was it that they mentioned Mae West in this?
Yes.
Like, they mentioned Mae West.
And
I
I
mean,
also
other girls, like, women
yeah.
like Betty Davis, like, there was women that, like, did step out of it, but it's a shame that a lot of actresses of that time did just fall into that,
Oh yeah.
like, she's just
Marilyn
a pretty face,
Monroe.
like,
Yeah.
stereotype. Oh, yeah.
But in the
I mean,
beginning it
later on,
seemed like
Marilyn did try to do,
yeah.
like, rolls up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Oh
off. What were
no,
you gonna say?
but in the beginning it seemed like she knew that's how they pictured her and she went with it um
Yeah, yeah, because
because
eventually,
she
because
knew
the
that's
roles
what's going
weren't
to make
coming.
her yeah.
Right, and she had all of those. She had a bunch of kids and family, and she was just like, "Ah, I guess I'll just." But I mean,
Yeah.
she did try. There was also where she was like, "I'm not being." I think it was the same interview where she was like, "I'm not being appreciated for my intellect," which I really do disagree with. And then she had that one role where she like kind of stepped out
Yeah.
and of her like wheelhouse, and it was almost like a creepy, like
Yeah.
thriller-ish looking thing, and then that was the one that she didn't make any money on. And she was like, "Well, so I
Yeah.
won't do that again." It's a shame that
And
like
then
she
she
got
tried
put
to go
into
back
a
and
box.
then like the rest of the other films that she was trying to make like basically bombed.
Yeah, yeah.
um
I mean, that's kind of like there was multiple times in this doc too where like I don't know if they definitely had typecast for certain actresses, but like I looked at her and she almost like started to look like Marilyn. Like it was kind of like
yeah.
bizarre.
Mhm.
Didn't she? Like she almost like
Yeah.
and it was a similar time period too, so I guess that was just like Marilyn was like I imagine just like the it girl that a lot of
Yeah.
girls probably just like
Mhm.
modeled themselves after.
Yeah. So she let's see. So yeah, Jane Mansfield was married first to Paul Mansfield and
Yeah.
then to Mickey, who was uh
Who Mariska has the same last name as. This is what we'll start with.
yes, Harkness. So
Yeah,
she has 5 children. Um,
yeah,
Jane Mansfield. So her daughter's named after her.
yeah.
It doesn't. It's weird. Like, is Jane? Who's Jane's dad? Does it say? Oh, Mansfield. Okay.
I think it's Paul, and then I think what happens is I think Jane Mansfield gets popular with that last name, like, after she's married,
Yeah.
and then she becomes because once she become known I don't think like, you know how, like, now more so people in Hollywood will, like, change their name or, like, Beyoncé starts off as Beyoncé Knowles, and then now she's known as
Yeah.
Beyoncé Knowles Carter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think so much back then, like, people were so you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean, we didn't have, like they didn't have, like, the internet, so there wasn't, like, a widespread of
Yeah.
information. So I think once she had the name Jane Mansfield, and that's what she got popular as, even though she wasn't with that guy later on,
Yeah.
she kept that name.
Yeah.
So so the Jane who's named after her was what her first
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think she just kept that name later on, even though she has,
Yeah.
what, 2 more marriages or
Hmm.
relationships after this, I think?
Yeah. So that was her first daughter from ex-husband Paul Mansfield. So they have,
Mhm.
and then she has um, Zoltan, and I forget her brother's name. I'm trying to see if it says it. Yeah, Jayne Mansfield, and then let's see, doesn't say it. What was her other the other son that was in the film?
Are you talking
Mick
about
something.
Mickey Hargitay Jr.?
Oh, okay, Mickey.
So
Yeah.
they all Zoltan has the last name Hargitay. They
Yes.
all have the last name Hargitay. The only one who has the last name Mansfield is, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
Jane Marie June, like a
Yeah.
that she's a junior, because I'm pretty sure that's Jane's middle name too. Because when
Yeah.
she signs that letter later on to her, she signs it Jane Marie
Mick.
Jr.
Ah, okay. So yeah, she
So
is.
she's the only one with Mansfield as the last name.
Yeah. So you have, yeah, Mariska, Jane, Tony from her last relationship, Zoltan, and Mickey Jr.
Hmm.
Um, so you don't see Tony at all in the film.
Yeah,
Um, but
because
Mickey,
he's the one that doesn't want to talk. I mean, he is the one that's interviewed the least. And then there's that one scene where Mariska's talking to him, and then she's asking like, how much does he know? And then he
yes,
kind of just wants to stay with his rose-colored like glasses, looking at
like I
everything. Like he's
do,
kind of like, he's like, I want to know. He's like, but I don't, because like he in the end he's like, he has the point, which is valid, I guess, because he
yeah,
doesn't want to change, because he's like, she's not here, so I don't really see like the point in
yeah,
knowing certain things. Like, what does it really, like,
yeah,
what do we gain from it? So he just kind of isn't in the documentary a lot for that reason.
yeah,
So I guess, which is fine. That's his perspective and his choice. But like,
yeah,
he clearly wasn't involved in a lot of this. So
yeah. Um,
he's the youngest, right? Would
yep,
he be the youngest?
I
Yeah.
think so. Um, and yeah, I think he might be the youngest, Tony. Because Tony was after everybody else.
Yeah, because they have the well, I'm looking on IMDb now, and they actually have the all the side captions of, like, it says Zoltan Hargitay self slash my brother, my sister. Like, they have all
Oh
the
yeah,
little like taglines that they get in the documentary as well.
yes. So it looks. So Mickey's first. I think it's Jane Marie, and then um, Mickey, and then Zoltan, and then Mariska, and then Tony. Um,
And then Tony. Okay.
so like she's married. Um, so she was married to Paul Mansfield, and then I notice this a lot. I don't know if you've ever like do a deep dive sometimes on Google and like Wikipedia and stuff for like older celebrities where
Uh-huh.
they have like multiple spouses,
Yeah.
and some of them have
Yeah.
like 8 or 9 spouses, but it's not spread out very well.
No.
Like she's married to Paul Mansfield from 1950 to 1958. Then
Yeah.
she married Mickey Hargitay in 1958 and divorced him in 64. Then she married Matt Simber in 1964. So like you didn't even wait between any of your divorces to get married again.
Yeah.
Like that's wild.
Yeah. I mean, just from like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
from, I mean, what from we learn in this documentary about her, I mean, she has like somewhat tumultuous relationships. I mean, especially with the last guy, which is crazy thinking about it, because the last guy that they
Mm-hmm.
talk about, well, I mean, aside from what we learn later on about certain affairs that have happened, but the guy Matt Simber is the one that she has the most tumultuous relationship with. That's the one that was like abusive and
Yes.
stuff towards her.
Yeah.
And then I think it's ironic that that's the one son that's like, no, I really don't want to know more.
And like
Like, I was like, well, I
because there's a
guess
part
maybe
of
he
me that,
saw a lot even when he was young.
yeah, and also like part of me does, if I were like in his shoes, like would I want to continuously hear stories about how awful my father was? Probably not.
Yeah,
Like he's not stupid. He probably knows that happened. Like I don't think he's
yeah,
blinded. But like, oh, I don't want to hear that. Like, or
yeah,
maybe he does have a good relationship with his father, and he thinks his father's like a golden child type person, and would never do that.
yeah,
So like, I don't know. But then keeping it inside, like, is not really healthy, is it?
yeah.
But
I know. Well,
um,
I mean, his choice, but like, yeah, he probably saw his fair share. Because I mean, the according to I don't know if it's I don't know for sure. I mean, the guy was born in 1936, but according to IMDb, that guy's still alive. So I don't know if he, who knows if he still has like a relationship with him. And then, I
that's
mean,
true.
Jane passed away, so like maybe after that happened, he just kind of lived with his dad, and
Yeah,
whatever will be, I suppose.
and
But like,
part of yeah.
ooh, I didn't realize how tumultuous her life was.
Oh yeah.
Like, I just knew that she had the car accident, but I didn't know everything else that was oh my
Mhm.
god.
And so what got me, and it's really weird, but like Mariska was like, "Oh, when I was 21," because a lot of people kept sending her like fan mail and all this other stuff. So like she had a bunch of stuff, and there was that one overly obsessed fan that
Mhm.
invited her to his house when she was
Yeah.
21. And she said that she walked in and there was like a bunch of other people that were there. There's like some party. Um, and there was like pictures and like posters and cutouts and everything of like her mom. That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
She's better than me because I don't know if I would be able to handle that. I mean, she's going to the house of Sabin Gray is his name,
yeah.
and IMDb lists him as it says the president of the Jane Mansfield fan club, which at first I didn't know where that story was going. I thought it was going to get way dark, like
Yes.
more dark, like when I thought he
Mm-hmm.
was going to be weird towards her, but at least in the end, it just was somebody that was, like, obsessed with her mom, like, I mean, she didn't have to go, you know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it must have been an awkward experience, but thank God that didn't get any weirder with, like, her
Yes.
being there,
And like
but
um so like his IMDb, because I'm also on it.
Uh-huh.
Um like trivia is a major Jane Mansfield collector and operated the Jane Mansfield Fan Club from 82 to 99. Um and then it says like other things that he was known for. Laguna Beach, a love affair. But it has 3.5 stars and it's like two gay men on the cover. So,
Well,
you know, very
Jane Mansfield was also a gay icon, turns out. No, I'm kidding.
yes. Yes. Uh but Saving Gray, like I mean, again, you're like a crazy obsessed fan, but like who thinks to invite her to your house
I know,
with all
I
your
know.
stuff? It's one thing if you're like sending fan mail and saying like I loved your mom's work. She was a great role model, or like even a picture. Maybe you have a picture together with her and you send it, and you're like, "Oh, I met your mom in '68, and this is what we or whatever." Like
Yeah,
you having cardboard like pictures and posters and everything, and you're having a party and you invite her daughter there. Like that's weird.
yeah, I
And then
know,
he invites her again when she
I know.
turns 25. First of all,
I would
I don't know if I could ever go to the first one if I were
yeah.
21, and but even if I did, I would not go back a second time. Like that was way
Yeah.
rough. But then she goes back a second time and he's by himself.
Yeah, that was when I thought it was gonna get weird, and I was hopeful. I mean,
I thought it was gonna be one of those situations. You know, we've seen it in the Nickelodeon documentary where like J- Drake would go over and you know and things like turned
yeah,
worse. I thought it was gonna get like that level of like bad.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I was not
But hey, I
expecting.
mean, now it's just I mean, from the IMDb page, I'm gathering that this is just a gay man that was like obsessed with mother.
Yeah,
That's
that's what it seems like.
what
um, and you know, on IMDb, you can go
context
wait,
clues, you know?
but like on IMDb, you can contribute to this page. It's like suggest an edit or add missing content. Gay man obsessed with Jane Mansfield. You're can I actually see if that will work? Oh no,
Oh
I
my
can't.
god!
Okay, never mind. Um,
Imagine this guy's IMDb page hasn't been updated in years, and there's just like, what the fuck?
and he gets a
What are you trying to?
notification because I was watching some article. I don't know who was doing an interview or a podcast thing, but it's like you have like you can't sign up for your own IMDb. Like someone else has to sign up for you. So like most people
Right.
have their agents like request to like have a page set up. So you imagine like
Uh huh.
his if he does for whatever reason have an agent, his agent just gets a notification that his IMDb page got edited. He's like, "Oh, I wonder what it says." Like he hasn't been in anything since like the mid 2000s. This is what it said. Gay man that likes. Oh, yeah. Did you
So he's
know
like
he's a gay man?
he's like drag me, girl.
Drag me, drag her.
Oh
So,
man.
so when I don't know how she went back a second time, and you can see when she's talking about it, she's like, "This was a terrible idea, and I do not know why I like did that."
Yeah.
But she
I think
went,
maybe she was just trying to find some type of common ground with like learn. It's all about wanting to learn about
yeah,
more about her mom because I mean she has such little to
yeah,
go off on, you know?
and then it's like they didn't. She says like she doesn't really talk about it with her siblings that
Yeah.
much, like until
Yeah.
now.
This
Um,
doc exactly, this documentary was a lot of I mean, and you see how emotionally raw it is, like, you see the one part where, her brother Zoltan has to cut he's like, "Can you cut?" Like, he gets, like,
yes, hmm,
upset, and they have to, like, stop, like, so you can just tell, like, how raw this
yep,
is because, I mean, her siblings aren't famous, you know what I mean? These aren't, like, actors, these
oh
aren't, like,
yeah,
people that are used to being in front of the I mean, I don't think they didn't mention about any of them being
no,
in the
I
public
think
eye.
she's the only one. Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, this must have been such an insane experience. Like, oh yeah, I'm just sitting in front of this like documentary crew, like talking about my mom that like died when I was little. Like, it must be
yeah.
insane.
And like you again, you haven't talked about it in a while
Yeah,
or at all, really.
yeah.
Like,
But I mean, it is coming from at least you know it's coming from like a genuine place. Like, it's not just like I mean, the critiques that we've heard post
yeah,
parts of the Nickelodeon documentary coming out are like that these people are making the documentary, but they didn't really care about what was going on. So like at least this is Mariska making the documentary
yeah,
herself, and it's coming from like a genuine place of love and just wanting to get more knowledge about what went on.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. So when she goes back a second time to meet
Yeah,
him, he's alone. Creepy.
yeah,
She's alone, and he pulls out like a scrapbook or a bunch of pictures, and she, well, first before he even does that, he goes talks about Nelson, and she was like, I don't know, like, who's Nelson? And he was like, you don't know who Nelson is? And then she says, no. And so he brings out, like, the picture of this guy whose name is Nelson. And that's when she realizes, like, looking at this guy, like, I look like him. Like, a way to find, like, that's such a way to find out that your dad's not your dad, potentially.
yeah,
Like, by some obsessed fan that just like that obsessed fan knew that your dad wasn't your dad. Like
Man, publication, I don't even know what would be like, what how did, because I'm thinking, like, when people like, now, if people are gossiping and speculating about things with celebrities, we have the internet, but I guess back then it was, like,
I
maybe, like, very,
guess
very old for, I mean, if this was, like, in the '90s that she was finding all of this, or, like, early 2000s, like, maybe there was, like, message boards or, like, blogs or, like,
yeah,
I just wonder, like, how this information was being like,
yeah,
I'm just saying, how does all this happen, like, before the boom of, like, the internet? Like, that's just
yeah.
crazy to me to think about.
And I wonder if like obviously when he did bring out the picture, he was like allegedly or like speculation.
Right,
But like
right.
he probably just saw one random photo of Jane Mansfield and this guy and was like,
Yeah,
she's the only one in that family that looks like this guy. They must
yeah,
be father and
yeah.
daughter.
I mean, it
And
must have been speculated throughout, like, probably, like, that fan club that they
yeah,
had. I mean, it's probably not just him just, like, randomly, like, just the only one bringing it up. It's probably, like,
oh, he
been
probably posted
speculated
it
through, you
or
know?
yeah, some or like
Yeah,
talked to a bunch of people and they were all like, that's weird.
yeah,
They look related.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
but so she's 25 years old. She's figuring out that her dad's potentially not her dad.
Yep,
So she goes back to
crazy.
Mickey. Yeah. So she goes back to,
What a crazy thing to find out, like, later in your
oh
adulthood,
yeah.
like, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I guess it's kind of like when you're adopted, but usually I feel like parents try and tell their kids when they're like not super young, but like old enough to where you could say you're adopted, but you're not going to wait until they're 25 years old to say you're adopted. Like you're going to tell them early on.
Yeah,
So to not find that out until you're 25, that's
and it
crazy.
seems like from when she goes to, I mean, he's not her birth dad, but the dad that she was always like, that always took care
Mickey,
of her,
yeah.
Mickey Hargitay, I mean, it seemed like he was gonna take that to his grave if she never
Oh,
brought that to him.
and he
I
still
mean, even if
basically
he,
did.
oh, he
Yeah.
still basically
Mhm.
denies it, because I guess he's like, oh, I
Like,
mean, there's a part of, like, there's a delusion about it, but at the same part, he's like, well, I mean, he's not really her dad. Like, I raised her, like, I did everything. You know what I mean? So I mean, he's
yeah.
not facing reality in that form, but, like, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, Mickey did actually take care of her, so he's more of a father to her than the guy Nelson ever was. You know?
Yes. And like he goes up to his dad and or she goes up to her dad and he basically denies it and is like yelling at her like I'm your father, I'm your father. And they never talked about it. And then when she was 30, her and like one of her friends were in like Atlantic City and they knew
Hmm.
that that guy was doing a show in Atlantic
Yep. They
City
went to
at
go see
that
him.
yes, they went to go see him. And then after the show, he came like basically came up to her and was like, I've been waiting 30 years for this. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit. Like even though they basically announced it when the guy was like, do you know who Nelson is? But, like
Yeah.
waiting when Nelson actually like said it, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like
Because he didn't feel like it was his place to, like. I mean, I get that
he
there
did
was
say
ways
it.
that he
Yeah.
could have reached out, but he thought, he was like, I'm just gonna be causing more pain by, like, you know what I mean?
Like
Like, she has a
yeah.
family, she has a father that cares for
Like
her,
break yeah. And he
and
was
then
like,
Jane's not, her mother's not here. And he's like, it would just be. He's like, what good am I doing reaching out? Like, I
yeah.
mean, it's yes and no, because it's like she would have liked to have known him, but I guess he just thought. My
Yeah.
thing is, he probably just thought he would just complicate things, or he's like, I'm just gonna. I
And
mean, he
that's
didn't even live in America,
yeah.
so like,
And he did say that. Like he didn't want to break up a family, like a good
yeah,
family. And he
yeah,
did. Like you said, he did not leave. live in America um, for a while, I think. So like that would
Yeah.
have just complicated things, and he doesn't want to take the place of Mickey, who's actually taking care of him. Um,
Right.
and then he did say, and I thought it was like very warming. But when he said he did speak with Mickey at one point, um, and Mickey was like, "I don't need you to tell me who like the father of my daughter is," and he's like, "I would never do that. Like, he's not gonna break up a good family just
Yeah.
because of that." So like they kept it hidden this entire time.
Yep.
I don't know if I could do that. I say
I
that about
mean,
everything, but like,
it seemed so short lived. I think the only way it was able to be kept was because they. I mean, it's wild to be in Mariska's position finding it out because she's
yeah,
like, oh, here I thought that I was like I
yeah,
thought that I was Mickey was my father, and then here later on I find out that I'm what did she say? Like she was like, I'm a result of like this like affair that
yes,
didn't even like become anything. Like, I mean, they weren't together that long, and like it was later on when like Jayne seemed to be getting worse. I mean, she was saying her all the letters that she was writing. She's like, I'm feeling depressed, and I'm
yeah,
just like, she's clearly not in a good state of being. And then she cheats on Mickey, which is horrible. And then
mm-hmm.
they don't even stay a couple because Nelson ends up with her because then she's like I don't know, she's just kind of off her rocker at this point, and then she says the thing to him where she's like, "What would you do if I had if I became pregnant by another man?" She's like, he's like, "Oh no, I can't." Like
Yeah,
it didn't
because they
work. It's
go,
like,
they're like in Italy, and then they're in Germany, and they're like traveling the world together, and then they go to
yeah,
some cathedral in Germany, I think,
hmm,
or maybe yeah, I think it's in Germany, and then that's when she was like, "Let's just say some vows to each other," and he's like, "That's fine."
yeah,
And he was like,
girl,
okay, he was okay with it because it's like, whatever, sure. And then that's when she was like, what would you do if I got pregnant with another man's like baby? Would you stay?
yeah,
And he told Mariska, like, what? Like, I can't, that's too much for
yeah.
me.
Because at the time, that must have been when she was pregnant with
Yep.
Mershka. It must have been because she was probably thinking about like, oh, what would do like, and he does, and Nelson doesn't know about. Does he know about? I don't think she told him about well, fair, like he doesn't know that he thinks that
He's,
she's like single, doesn't he? He
yeah,
doesn't
I
know that
think
she's
so.
married.
I think that's probably when he found out.
Right, right. So then she's probably like trying to say like the whole thing about well, like I'm having your child basically. So it's
Like,
like,
what
oh
would
my
you
god.
do if you were on the other end? Like, would you
Yeah,
stay if I was cheating on another person? Would you? And he's just like, what the fuck?
and he's like, huh? Like,
He's
what
like,
are we doing
and
here?
he's
And he's
like,
like, I thought we were just
and straight up was like, no, I can't. Nope, sorry.
yeah,
And then they like ended things. So I wonder when exactly he found out because, or maybe he
yeah. I
figured
mean,
out.
because
Oh
that
no,
that
because she
part of
wrote a
it.
letter to him. It
Oh yeah,
basically said like, and there's a seed, and then the seed is growing, and I guess that's when he
yeah,
realized like she was pregnant.
yeah.
That's
Shoo,
oof. Imagine
Jane, girl.
what you
Oh man.
doing, what you doing, like.
What are you doing?
But it's very common back then
Oh yeah.
to like be married multiple times and just have a lot of different
Yeah.
um, relationships and affairs, and it was very normalized.
Yeah.
Um,
And I don't know if there was some unresolved stuff there, but I mean Jane did seem like she was like severely unhappy, so I don't know if that was just
yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's a shame because they keep talking about I feel so bad for the guy Mickey because he was like a genuinely good guy.
Yes, and even like they showed clips of him after she passed, and he still
Yeah.
spoke very highly of her and was like, I could tell that she, like stopped caring or whatever. But, like I always told
Yeah,
her, like you have yourself. Like even if you don't have other people, like you still have yourself. You still have me. Like I'm still here. Like after all of that,
I know.
I would not be here for you. Sorry, you cheated on me, and my daughter's not my daughter. No,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah. But they said that I mean, what I'm gathering from the documentary is that he never goes on to like be. I don't think he went on to be with anyone else. I think he just cared for her kids, and then he kind of just always loved her. Which I'm like, oh
yeah.
my god.
It's like I
Ugh.
wonder, like
And he didn't pass away. He lived until 2006.
yeah,
Mickey didn't die until 2006, so he lived until he was 80.
yeah.
And I think the only marriage that states. Oh no, he did get remarried
Oh
in.
yes, to Ellen because Ellen and
Oh
Mick.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
right. Oh my god, I forgot the whole thing about Ellen,
yeah.
where she
So
was like a
Ellen
new.
was after him and Jane got divorced. A few years later, he married um Ellen, and she was like this mother figure when Jane died to all of them.
Yeah, and she
Um,
was very nice to Jane, given like the circumstances of everything. Like she was just like they. Even after he was with Ellen, she would still like Mickey, and like there was one time where they all like met or something.
yeah,
And he went out to dinner with her, and then that was when Ellen was like, I could tell that she wasn't good, like in a good place. And
yeah,
but I mean, he stayed with Ellen too until he died. I
yep,
think Ellen's still alive, though, because she was in the documentary. But
yes.
um,
But she, yeah, she was with him up until he passed.
hmm
Oof, it got me. Like, and
it got
then just
messy.
like not imagine like you spend 30 years of your life not knowing that there's somebody out there that's like your father, and you're missing out on 30 years that you could have had a good relationship with him. I mean, they seem okay now, like, and you can see the clips at the end with her and her other siblings from
hmm
that side of the family. Like, they get along and they're fine, but imagine like you're missing 30 years worth of like
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
But he
And
did
then
say
now
he
she
was.
finds out that she has two more sisters,
Mhm.
which is wild. What were you gonna say? He said
Oh,
what?
like he didn't want to break up a good family, and like
Yeah,
that's what she
yeah,
had, and he didn't want to do that and make things worse.
yeah,
And he's like, I can't do that
and
to Mickey, and I was like, oh
yeah. So I mean, and then later on, he was like, I know that he was the one line that he said that got me was like, I know that I was a source of a lot of his pain, and
yes,
then
that
that
got
was
me.
one thing that I just wish that I could have.
Like I
And
could
this
have.
it turns into a funny joke too at the end because he's like, and I wish I just I could have told him. And then the one sister, I forget which one it is, but one of Nelson's other daughters, technically Marisha's like half sister, I guess you would
Yeah.
say. She goes, "Well, you're 89, so you might get a chance to tell him."
And they were all like, even him, like the three of them were just dying.
Yeah, I
But
mean, it
that
was a
cracked me
great
up.
moment. It really
Yeah.
brought the light like back into the room. Like she was just like, "You are too much," and she's just like, "When you're
Yes.
89, you might get a chance to tell him pretty soon."
Yes. But I that did get me because it's kind of like he wanted that second chance, and like he didn't really get
Yeah,
that chance. And I was like,
yeah,
God.
yeah. Ugh. Well, I
Definitely.
mean, I don't know that happens in the afterlife, but maybe somehow Mickey's like aware
Yeah.
and knows, you
Yes.
know. Oh, this is a good documentary, man.
Yes.
I can't.
Like the ending really got me, I think, more than anything.
What with the piano?
Yes.
Oh my.
I cried. So
Yeah, at
like
the go ahead,
yeah.
you talk about it.
Oh. Well, like in the beginning you see her like talking on the phone, trying to buy the piano that her mom had. And her
Right,
mom
right.
never wrote a will, probably because she didn't
Yeah.
think she was gonna die that young. Um,
Yeah, she was only like what, 34? or something when
Yes.
she died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she did not have a will. So like all of the money she had went to like her debts. So like they didn't get
Yeah.
any money from her passing. And so they kind of like went through some of this as much of the stuff that they could go through and um took what they could. I don't know why they weren't able to take the piano,
Yeah.
but some other guy had the piano for like a very long time. Um and she's
Wasn't it the person that, because they sell her house
yes.
to somebody, wasn't the person that bought the house, because the house was torn down, but it was the person that bought the house that took some of the most valuable stuff from the house with them, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
then yeah, I don't know who the person was, because the house was later, because I mean it's been years since like she passed, but like the house was his for a little bit amount of time, and then he had moved out and the house got demolished or remodeled or
Yeah.
whatever. But she said that he took certain things from the house, and I'm assuming the piano was one of them because
Yeah.
it was valuable. I mean, you don't just go like, "Oh, I don't need that piano." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're in like a vintage like house and you have this piano, you're gonna take the piano of all things.
Yeah. But the entire like in the beginning, she's trying to get the piano back, and she's calling, and she said, "You still talk to this person?" Well, it's been a month, and
Yeah,
she hasn't like been returning any of my calls. So like, I
yeah,
don't know what to do. And at the end, I didn't. It was her husband,
yeah.
and he
I
gets
know,
the
it's so
oh my
cute.
god, he gets the piano,
Mhm.
and she's
And that's
looking
probably
at
why it's probably the person hadn't contacted back, because he probably took care of it,
yeah.
you know?
And so they have the piano, and she's like, "Is this really ours? Like, did you buy it?" And he's like, "Happy birthday." And I was like, "Oh my god." And I literally cried as soon as he said happy birthday. And I was like, "Oh my god." And she's like crying, and her kids are there. I'm like, "Oh my god."
I know, and it was such a nice like note, like
Yeah.
both of these documentaries were very sad, but they had these little tinges of hope that they left you with at the
Yes.
end, so they weren't just like, "Oh, sad thing happened, bye bye." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they were like, at least they put like a little bow at the end where they're
Yeah.
like, it's not all bad, you know?
Yes.
It's not all sad. Here you go. Like
Here you
it was
go.
very touching to see. Because
Yes.
that's what I was like wondering. I was like, they're not really well, I guess it wasn't really, it's not a documentary on Mariska, it was on her mom. So like they weren't
Yes.
really talking about like her like husband and kids, and then they had that very like heartwarming moment
Yeah.
at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It was so beautiful.
Oh,
Oh,
that was a good ending.
wonderful.
Yes.
It was. It was. These documentaries are both very good, and I hope that they're, I mean, hers already seems like it's getting recognition. So I mean,
Yeah.
well deserved for sure. Did you
Yes.
have a favorite? Did you like them the same, or
I would say
what do you
they're
think?
equal for
Yeah,
sure.
I agree. Very well done.
Yes.
Glad we did that. We gave them the double D's this
We
week.
gave them the double D's.
Oh my god.
So I'll leave you. Actually, I can't remember if I said this one already, so I'll skip it because I think I might have. But I will say I saw this funny meme um on Facebook, and it says, "When I die, I want an AC in my casket because I know where the fuck I'm going." And that's the quote I'm leaving you with today.
Oh, that's really good.
That's
That's
so
good, and
funny.
I
That's
I
really
can't I
funny.
can't I can't top that quote. So that's a mic drop right there.
That's a mic
That's
drop. That's so. I saw that and like immediately saved it to my phone. I was like, "This is so funny."
I know where the hell I'm going. Oh, and that's some food for thought, folks.
That's for yes, food for thought.
So check us out. We have a bunch of social medias. We
We
got
do, we do.
Instagram. We have Blue Sky. I
TikTok,
couldn't think of
Blue
the word
Sky.
for Blue
Yeah.
Sky. You can catch all of our episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and then we also put them on YouTube as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
So now it's a requirement if you've listened to this episode to the end. Now you have the fun task of going back and listening to every single episode from beginning to end.
Yes.
So get started now. Do it.
Yes. You have time.
You have time.
This is episode Let me see. Oh, I have like billions of tabs open. So the latest
Relatable.
episode. So this will be episode 39.
Oh wow, we're getting up
So
there.
so almost 40 episodes. So you got a lot to listen to.
Love to do something special for the 50th.
Yes, yes.
Every milestone, 50,
Every
100.
yes.
Oh man,
Or
39. That's crazy.
mhm. So tomorrow's Friday. Thank God.
Thank God.
I
So I guess
need I need this weekend. I need this weekend.
yeah.
I just need to like do nothing and just like relax because
Oh yeah. Sounds like a plan.
maybe go buy alcohol and like get a little wine or something, you know? A
Just
buzz
don't.
ball.
Just don't. Just. I was just gonna say, just don't get a bus ball because remember what happened last.
I told my manager that story and I'll tell
Yeah.
it again real quick to end the
Mhm.
episode.
Yeah.
But I was at the liquor store and I wanted to try something new. And apparently they do have buzz balls that are just vodka. But like it was strawberry Rita or something, and I was like, okay. And I saw that it had tequila in it, and I was like, I don't really drink tequila, but like I'll try it. I didn't realize it
Yeah.
also had vodka in it. So it's
Wild.
vodka, tequila, then whatever flavors it is. They had big buzz balls. It's not. I didn't get that kind. I got the small standard, like smaller than a baseball size, so not big. I come home and I'm texting you guys and I'm like I'm gonna tell you how it is, and I did, but like I drank it, text you guys, and then it's like 8 p.m. and I pass out and wake up at like midnight. Like I don't know if I was just having a day, but I told my
I love
manager,
how I love how it's called buzz balls, but it just knocked you out. Like, what?
I told my manager
Didn't
I'm
give
like,
you
You've had a tough day yourself because you were like seeing appointments all day. Go to the store, buy a buzz ball, you'll pass out, wake up at midnight. It's great." She was just laughing and just shaking her head. Like, I
you
don't
just
know.
if you just want to lose like 5 hours of your
You just
life.
want to lose 5 hours of your life. Um, and then I Googled it because I was showing my coworkers, and we Googled it and realized they make some without tequila and vodka. And I was like, oh, next time I'll just try the ones with only vodka. And like, I'll probably like it much better.
Well,
What a
that's all,
story. What
folks.
That's all. It,
What a story, Martin.
what a story. What a way to end the episode. Um, go drink a buzz ball.
Not sponsored. We're not
Not
sponsored.
sponsored. I
All
promise.
right.